God, it's been a while. It's been like 2 weeks since I've actually been able to record. I know it was 10 days, it was 10 days, it was 10 days, it was 10 days. It's, you know, it's been a bit though. And I thought the way I'd ease myself back in would be make a more personal video. Still talking about Overwatch heroes, still talking about hero design. We'll be doing my 5 favorite designed heroes in Overwatch. These aren't just my favorite to play, because that would include a couple heroes who I think aren't well designed, but these are my 5 favorite, my top 5 even, favorite designed heroes to play. So I've got 5 perfectly designed heroes in my opinion that I enjoy. Let's get right into it. So first up, I have Ana. I think Ana is probably one of the most beloved characters in the entirety of Overwatch. I have a video dedicated to how she is the hero of choices. I just think she is just perfectly designed through the fact that her kit is limited in the way that makes her strong. Like, her strengths create the natural limitation that is punishable, but she can learn to like play around it, and a good Ana is hard to punish, even though she's an immobile character that needs to, you know, scope in to be fully accurate. And there's also lots of choices, like I mentioned. So the difference between anti-nade and a heal nade. So do you save nade and heal someone with it, or do you wait for a perfect anti-opportunity and get a huge 5-man anti, or like a 3-man, you know, anti the tank as they go in? There's a decision to be made there, especially with how long this cooldown is right now. It is stupid long. I think that's really fun. The way you play Ana is setting up to find an angle where you can hit a nade. Her cooldowns dictate her positioning. I think that's quite fun and can be quite satisfying, and has a really steep learning curve. She's deceptively difficult, not mechanically, although she can be to some people, and even I struggle sometimes with Ana into like more mobile comps. But what makes it difficult is understanding when to change position, when to rotate, and where the most optimal position is for your team, the enemy team, and your cooldowns, right? So you can take more aggressive space if you have both cooldowns, of course, because you could, you know, nade and sleep, but you also need to understand that you don't want to maybe waste those. You got to understand what you're playing into. There's a lot of thinking in Ana and mechanical skill, which I think is a very fun combo and makes for a very, very enjoyable support, which is why so many people enjoy playing Ana, even though you'd think a stupid difficult character wouldn't be everyone's favorite. But no, think about how many Anas you play against every day. Like, you probably play against an Ana every game. Like, she is just that common. Anyway, moving on to my next pick. We've got the man himself. We've got Monkey. I think Winston is probably like the best designed tank. There's something about simple kits that have lots of room for skill expression that I love. You'll notice that actually there's a bit of a theme with that. I almost like the less abilities that are, you know, high impact and high choice. So jump, you could, you know, jump is always going to be engage or leap. You're jumping in somewhere. It's on a short cooldown, but you know, there's different ways to use it. You can do straight jump, you can do a high jump, you can do the short ones by pressing S. You can, you know, somewhere in between all of those. You can land on people. You can jump to positions instead of jump on someone. You could jump to a high ground and then pressure and take high ground. There's lots of decisions you can make with your leap, and it combos really well with bubble. That's the whole point. You're supposed to be able to like jump in somewhere, fight, you know, use bubble to keep yourself up. Bubble is such a creative ability because it's this dome. It isn't just used to like protect yourself. You can like cut off space. Think of it like almost like a May wall. You can be on an angle, put a wall up, and no one can really help that space unless they go into the bubble. It's huge. It can keep you up, deny healing from enemies. So like when you jump that Widow can't get supported because you put a bubble on her. You jumped on her and then put a bubble. She can't get supported. Yeah, I've missed the bubble, but even then it would block it from like that line of sight. No, I think, again, a thinking character that requires a lot of brain power, because there is no mechanical expression apart from with Primal, which, wow, I mean, I'm a terrible juggler, but Primal is one of the more interesting ults because like it's like obviously it doesn't do crazy amounts of damage, but it's so disruptive, and if you learn to juggle properly, you can kill people quick with it. You juggle them into walls, moving around the map. There is like really nothing you can do into a super good Winston juggler. Like someone who's really good at juggling. What the hell? Alright, fair enough. So yeah, someone who's really, really good with Primal, it feels like there's almost no counterplay just because they're that good at the Primal, right? And I think that's always fun. I think that's always a rewarding thing to learn. I haven't put that much time into Monkey, but I think he is seriously one of my favorite characters in this game, and I needed a tank on this list. Moving on to the next one, character I actually play a lot of, Mei. Now, not everyone loves Mei. People still have this bad impression from Overwatch 1 that she's a boring, freeze and then headshot someone character. But no, she isn't. She is really, really, really good taking different angles, different bits of high ground, and pressuring them with her icicles. She can two-tap people. Like you can literally just two-tap someone, and then you can stay on that angle with your 300 health for such a long time. You can wall off different angles so that you can isolate a fight. You can then stay alive with block, which also then heals you back up. And then this stupid little slowing perk makes it so easy to hit your shots, by the way. But I think she's just a fun character because she's really creative. I think there's a lot of a lot of creativity involved in that kit. Like a war, you can do whatever you want with the ball because you can rotate it, you can position it where you want, you can put it underneath yourself to take certain high ground spots, like how I did here. You can then jump up here. You know, there's loads of different ways to use war, and I think it's, you know, very overlooked, and people keep using it as a way to wall off tanks, which is just kind of boring. I mean, sometimes it's optimal, sometimes it's not, but you can cut resources off, you can cut support off from a team. You get Dove and there's a Lucio going to support, you can block the Lucio off so you can just kill the Genji. You know, there's other ways to use this ability. I think her scores are quite fun and satisfying to learn. You know, I think she's just a fun character that's really overlooked. Don't really have a problem with her kit apart from her perks. I think she needs way more interesting perks. They're very boring, just kind of not strong, unfun to play against. Like the deep freeze one, I don't think it's very useful at all. It is not ever going to be fun to play against or with. So yeah, they need to change her perks. I beg next season they change her perks. She could be so much more interesting with more perks. But yeah, moving on to my last two. We've got the goat of support, Zen. Again, look at this simple kit. You don't have to think about your abilities. You can use them as much as you want. I mean, obviously this squad thing got line of sight there, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But Zen is another character that rewards the mechanical skill and positioning. Good rotations. Oh my god, he's such a fun character. It's just a way of, if you understand where everyone is, you just feel like this untouchable backline. Like, it does so much damage. You do, I mean, you seriously do lots of damage. Like, you murder people. I'm sorry, like, isn't it, I swear it's literally 2-tap with a Discord on someone. Like, you do loads of damage, so you can just like find these really advantageous spots and just apply pressure there the whole time. And if, so long as you track your enemies and track cooldowns, you can rotate accordingly and potentially become unkillable. Like, a good Zen really can dominate a lobby. Obviously, you know, when you go full like Genji, Tracer, Winston's, Lucio, it could become quite difficult, but there is still there is still value to be had there. But yeah, I think I just enjoy Zen because, again, it's the thinking, the positioning, and I think there's something very satisfying about the mechanical skill that you can show. Like, when a DPS tries to fight you and they don't expect you to, you know, out mechanic them, or like, that's just fun. I don't know why. I find that really satisfying. Like when a Tracer comes down a corner and I have the full charge and you headshot them and then they force the recoil, and it feels like you're a certain dominance over the enemy DPS. And his projectile, which is like infinitely more difficult. So there's that. I think Zen's just a cool character, and just one of those characters that just shows simplicity is really king. Like, a guy who just walks around shooting things and can heal and then do bonus damage. It's such a simple kit, but it's so effective. Alright, my number one spot. I feel like this was obvious that it was going to be Tracer. I think Tracer is just the best designed character in the entire game. Like, again, a simple kit that's so dynamic because you can really do whatever you want with blinks. Like, blinks are just such a creative ability, a creative tool, just to get into different locations, using the mid-fight to trick your enemy, to reposition, to be hard to hit, to be slippery. It's seriously such a fun ability to learn. And I even when I was bad with blinks, I was finding it really satisfying sometimes to just hit a really cool little blink thing, especially when you hit one of these, like, you go like that and then kill them. Like, if they fall for it, it's so fun, it's so satisfying. And then recoil allows you to, like, keep your, I don't know, just keep your momentum going. Like, recoil just works so well. Like, yeah, I wouldn't say recoil is a fun ability, but understanding how to, like, maximize value out of recoil, there's a lot of skill there. And then she also does require mechanical demand, because you're moving a lot. You've got to keep readjusting your crosshair, like, rapidly. And then blink melees, obviously, like all the most satisfying and cool looking thing ever. And pulse bomb, there's like all of her entire kit has so much skill expression that she can't not be fun because you're constantly learning something on her. Like you are, every game you can be learning something different just because she's just that dynamic and she can play into all these different comps, all these different matchups. I mean, like, I don't have to tell you why Tracer's so cool. Like, everyone knows Tracer's cool. Everyone likes Tracer. Like, it's just the most fun character. Like, if you could be really good at one character, you would probably pick Tracer, wouldn't you? Like, I just do not see why you wouldn't. Like, it's just such a good character. Anyway, that's been that. Those are my top 5 favorite designed characters in the entirety of Overwatch. And yeah, see you all later.